Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, that's me, Debsy. Boop. Hey guys, happy Saturday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend so far and a great day. It is sunny and beautiful here in Western Pennsylvania. That will change tomorrow probably. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, this past episode, season 15. Episode 14, let's get to it. So the ladies are in Florence and they're going to be going shopping. So all the ladies load in some separate sprinter vans and they head out to Florence to get their retail therapy on. So they're in Florence, and of course when you're in Florence, you gotta go, they have to go see the statue of David, which is getting Kathy all hot and bothered. Kathy's like talking, Kathy's getting all hot and bothered thinking about David coming to life, carrying her up on his shoulders. I have some water. And she's getting very hot and bothered by it. But while they're walking, they're on a bridge and they see these masks. You know, like some of the masks have like the long noses. They call them Pinocchio masks. And Natalie says, because they talk about everybody getting a mask. And Natalie says, who's going to be Pinocchio? And Bose says, Amanda. Well, Amanda overhears this. And, you know, she's probably not going to go directly to Bose about it. She's probably going to go to Kyle about it. But she's like, at this point, they're making no qualms about hiding the fact that that some of them just don't like her. So Bose, Tilly, Jennifer Tilly, and Sutton, they are going to be doing some very private shopping at Dolce & Gabbana, because remember, Sutton is friends with Dolce & Gabbana, so they shut down like the whole store, which Bose is right. Like, if they're going to shut down the whole store and it's just going to be the three of you, you better spend the amount of money that they would have made during that time for them to shut it down. That would be kind of awesome, because no social anxiety whatsoever. If I had the money, that would be the way to go. So Kyle, the rest of the ladies go shopping on their own. Kyle, Amanda, and Natalie are in a store, and then they walk out. They go do some walking. I think Kyle says she wants to get a cappuccino. So they walk out, and it turns out like 15 minutes earlier in a flashback, Amanda told Kyle that Bose had seen the masks, like the masks with the Pinocchio noses. And she said that Bose said, look, it's Amanda. Which that's not what she said. She just said, remember, Natalie said, who's going to be Pinocchio? And Bose said, Amanda. So they're walking along and Kyle's like, I can't believe, I can't believe what you told me that Bose said. So they say to Natalie, well, you were there. Did you hear it? And Natalie says, oh yeah, I was there. Yeah, I heard it. But then she said, I think she was just joking when she said it. Like, I think she was joking. And they were like, you don't need to try and spin this. She's like, I'm not spinning it. I myself just think that she was joking. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I feel like it was kind of giving Mean Girl vibes. And I am not a fan of Amanda's at all. It was kind of giving Mean Girl vibes. And I wouldn't like if somebody were talking shit on me and implying and saying I was fake. But if you are upset about it, why don't you just go to the person who said it? Like, why didn't you say right then and there, Bose, what are you saying about me? I would go directly to Bose. I wouldn't go to like everybody else. there was also something else that was said. Amanda had said something like, no one's ever said that I was fake. I refuse to believe that, because do I think she's fake? I think she comes off as fake. I do. So to hear her be like, no one's ever called me fake, I don't believe that. Also, she says that she's emotionally regulated. So she's like, I'm emotionally regulated. People might think that's me being fake, but that's just how I am. Now, emotionally regulated in real life, that's good. That's exactly, yeah, you need to be emotionally regulated at times. You do. But in reality TV, that gets boring. And that comes off as you're not being genuine and you're not sharing all of you. Like, nobody is perfect, but the life that she's talking about, the life that she's presenting is coming off as like this storybook dream life where everything is perfect. Okay, Rachel and Dorit, they are shopping together. Rachel says she was able to talk to Caius, her son, and he says he's doing okay, but she's going to try to work it out so that he can fly out to the Hamptons to be with Rachel's mom and dad, with Rachel's family. And hopefully Roger, her soon-to-be ex-husband, is going to be okay with that. He's like, he says he's okay, but obviously he's not. And she doesn't want to like fly back and then maybe be midair and him be like, no, I'm fine. You don't have to come back. You don't have to come back. And then she has to turn around and go right back. So hopefully everything goes well and he's allowed to, go. Rachel does mention, that it did happen to mention, some of the things that Sutton had said on the car ride there, because she was in the Spurner van with, Sutton. And Sutton had made like a smarmy, snarky comment about Rachel and Dorit's friendship. And she had said something like, because Rachel was looking at her phone and said something about Dorit, and Sutton said she can be released of her separation anxiety for 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, are you jealous much? And Dorit was like, well, this is not the first time this has happened. I mean, she did like the same thing last year with me and Bose. And remember last year, because Bose actually, I believe that Bose was introduced to the group as a friend of Sutton's. That's how she came in. And so I'm wondering if she gets jealous of these new people coming into the group because they're like being so easily absorbed into the group. And whereas Sutton wasn't, Sutton was kind of like, it took her a while. And I don't believe that it had anything to do with Garcelle, because she would blame on that. Also, she said that Sutton has a problem with people searching others on Google. And this is in reference to Amanda's cult. And also she had mentioned that that Sutton had said that her and Kyle had gotten together with Amanda to discuss Dorit bringing up the cult and like what she should do to deal with that. And Dorit thinks that Sutton's doing this because she suddenly thinks like she's on the wrong team, because everything was going good, looking good for like building a friendship with Dorit. Like everything was going along as planned. And now all of a sudden, like she's saying that, oh, I'm on the wrong team. See, this doesn't surprise me though that she's switching up, because last season, the very one person that she wanted to absolutely be close to for last season and probably the season before was Kyle. So she's always wanted to be friends with Kyle. She's always wanted to be tight with Kyle. So this is her way of like, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to stand up for Amanda, and this will put me on Kyle's team, and this will get me close with Kyle. Now also, listen, whenever they were in the van to go home and somebody had said to Erica that she looks like Ivana Trump, I didn't get that. When I saw, listen, for anybody who knows, the old British TV show, the old British comedy, Ab Fab, Absolutely Fabulous, to me, she reminded me of Patsy. Minus like the cigarette and all the drinking, the hair reminded me of Patsy from Ab Fab. Absolutely. If you don't know who I'm talking about, Google it. The hair is what did it for me. Okay. Also on the way home, Erica says to Natalie, like, hey, tell Bose what Amanda said to you about the mask. So she went and she told her, you know, everything that they had discussed. And Bose said she didn't say Amanda's name when they were talking about the masks. But if she did, then come to me about it, which I agree. Like, don't run. She's like, she runs to Kyle so she can get Kyle to protect her and she can deflect. She says she didn't say anything. That's not true. She did say something. Now, Amanda thinks that she said that Amanda thinks that she said, look, it's Amanda. She didn't say that, but by the same token, Bose did say Amanda's name. Now, I will say I watched a video that Bose had put out, and she said she offered an apology to Amanda. She said she wasn't saying it to be mean. And she said, clearly, I said it. She's like, I said it and I apologize. But I agree with the fact that if you have a problem with something, then you should really go to that person. Then they talk about the cult. Bose, because Erica was like, I think Amanda did a good job talking about the cult. And they were like, but there's still a few unanswered questions. And for Bose, Bose doesn't buy it though, because she's like, I still don't know why she left the cult. Like, she didn't say why she left the cult. I feel like she did say why she left the cult, because it was getting very controlling. You know, she wasn't allowed to do this or that. They would tell her who to date. It was getting controlling. The thing that, to be honest with me, if I were listening to that story, the thing to me that would have caused me to question a little bit more would be the ease of her leaving. Like, she left in the middle of the night and she was just able, like, they weren't obviously in a secured facility or anything, so they could just leave. But even more is, like, after they realized she was gone, all she had to do was just go to the person who ordained the pastor and be like, and she was like, okay, can you tell him to leave me alone? And then they just left him alone, and that's it. That's the thing that would throw up, like, questions for me, or red flags for me. Erica they then have more questions about Chat GPT. So Erica pulls out her phone and asks Chat GPT about it. Chat GPT was like, your girl was never in a cult. And Bose is then reading what else it says. It said that that people who have purchased her courses have said it's she offers misleading contact. They talk about the high pricing, and that her material mixes Christian language with New Age messaging that's manipulative. So there's all of that. Sutton is in the back. Listen, as soon as I saw that Sutton was in the back, here's what I thought. The movie reference that popped up in my head was, did anybody see 9 to 5? And if you have not, it's a comedy classic. It's starring 3 amazing ladies: Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Dolly Parton, and Dabney Coleman as like the worst misogynistic, disgusting boss of ever. But there is a character in there. Her name is Roz, and she is like a suck ass for the boss. And she's his spy. She listens to everything. And if she hears that somebody is in the bathroom talking, she will put her feet up on the toilet and write notes down on toilet paper. And as soon as when they were talking, and I heard, and I saw Sutton in the back, I immediately thought Roz sitting on the toilet in 9 to 5. So what did I do? I went out onto Google and I typed in Roz on the toilet in the 9 to 5 movie. And I typed it in Google, hoping that I could go like this and say, look, here's a picture. And I could not find it. So if anybody ever has to go through my searches on Google, they're going to see the search of Roz sitting on a toilet in the 9 to 5 movie. So you're welcome. But that's what it gave me. It gave me Roz on the toilet in the 9 to 5 movie. Sutton speaks up and she's like, I don't think it's right that you go after her business. I don't think it's right that you go after her business. And then in confessional, she's like, this is worse than what Dorit did. Here's the thing. The thing that gets me is, so now she's standing up for a woman that she hardly knows. Like, she just barely knows this woman, and she is going to bat for her and has her back. But she couldn't do that for herself, for her bestie that she had known for a few years. She couldn't do that. But here's the thing. Of course, she's going to have Amanda's back, because once again, that gets her closer to Kyle. That puts her on Kyle's team. Okay, Dorit and Rachel, they're headed home. Dorit mentions that Bose told her that Kyle is very concerned. She's concerned about her being late and her erratic behavior, and she is concerned that maybe she might be manic. And she's worried about her spending. Meanwhile, Dorit's like, listen, come at me don't come at me if you don't know how much I'm spending. Which, to be honest with you, I don't think she has to know exactly how much she's spending. But if somebody is coming out of a store that has very high priced merchandise, and you have like more than one bag, it's pretty safe to say that you're spending a good bit. But she's like, don't come at me when you don't know how much I spent, plus you overspend. Like, you go shopping and you overspend. All of this for Dorit means that Dorit is putting their friendship in a box. Like, she's putting it in a box, and she's eventually just gonna like shuffle it to the back of the closet. Okay, so they get home and everybody's having pizza by the pool. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, if I had a figure like Bose, yes, I would wear a bikini everywhere, all over the place. I don't know what that thing is that Amanda was wearing. Like, it was the bikini. It was a bikini, but then over it was that cover up that looked like it went through a lawnmower or a paper shredder or something. I don't know if it was a label. It was terrible. Okay, so everybody's there. Dorit is late again. And I get it. Dorit has always been late for everything. But at what point does someone not say, this is getting ridiculous? Like, this is getting ridiculous. We're at a party. I mean, we're at an event that somebody took time to put together. I think it's getting disrespectful when you keep being late. And Erica's had it. Erica's done with this. Sutton brought up the gossip. She's like, I heard there's gossip. She did mention that her and Kyle talked to Amanda about Dorit investigating the cult. And Dorit, then that brought in Dorit. Dorit was like, so I heard, we started off good, but now I heard you're talking shit on me again. I heard you were talking shit about me doing a Google deep dive on Amanda being in a cult. And Sutton's like, I didn't say Google. But listen, Jennifer Tilly is like, hey, just to listen. I mean, people Google other people. I mean, Jennifer Tilly said she Googled everybody. She's like, I Googled everybody. And Sutton, please don't act like you have never Googled someone. Please don't tell me whenever Erica was going through all that shit, she's still going through it, but in the beginning, when it was brand new and was fresh allegations, you can't tell me she didn't Google. Are you kidding me? And you can't tell me that she didn't at the start of the season, when things weren't all hunky-dory between her and Amanda, that she didn't Google it. Come on. I don't buy that at all. And then Amanda says, okay, listen, I want to just speak out. Amanda says that she resents that people are saying that she's fake or that she's not opening up, but it's just, I'm emotionally regulated and I don't feel safe emotionally at the table. And listen, Bose is like, wait, why do I have written this here? Oh, okay. So let me just get my thoughts together. Rachel says in her confessional, she's like, the problem that I have with Amanda is that she's either like this powerful boss bitch or she's the weakest victim. Like, which are you? And it's sometimes she is both. And I agree with that, because it seems like she came into the season like, I'm this bad bitch. I'm going to take y'all down. You remember when Eddie was like, listen, they're going to find out if you talk, if they run their mouth with you, you're going to cut them bitches down. He made it seem like she's this bad bitch. And then she gets into a conversation and she realizes that she doesn't have the power to take these people down like she thought she did. And she turns into like this quiet, meek, like victim, like sulky. And she uses that to like, either she does that or she throws Kyle under the bus, and then Kyle goes to war with someone and everybody forgets about Amanda. Like later on, Bose is like, I think she's cunning. I think she is too. Like, she will get people, she'll stir the pot and she will pit people against each other, and then she'll sit back and almost kind of like watch it all with this evil semi-smile, like a little smile. Like you can tell that she's getting enjoyment out of it. I think it was Bose had said that Amanda's, people were saying she seems fake, and they don't like that she isn't sharing, she's not opening up that much. But Bose is like, maybe she's just used to being around friends who just let her be the shining star and like only say what she wants to hear, and don't press her on anything. But she's emotionally regulated, and she doesn't want to get loud or anything. This is not the environment for her. Like this is an environment where you have to be open about everything. You have to share everything, and you have to have some emotion. Emotionally regulated. See, emotionally regulated, I don't feel that it has to be boring. And I think she's boring, like she's just not interesting. You can be emotionally regulated, but not be screaming, And then she goes into this whole, because Bose is like, I want you to be open and to be yourself. And she's talking about like, well, I live a very curated life that I curated for myself, and I manifested it for myself. And anytime she talks about like this beautifully curated life and how she manifests, honestly, to me, it gives snotty. Like every time she talks, it just gives condescending snootiness to me. And that's what it seems like to me. Amanda also asks Bose, did you say that's Amanda about the mask? Bose says she didn't say it, which she didn't say that's Amanda, but she did say Amanda. And then Amanda has the follow-up question of, do you think I'm fake? And Bose says, well, listen, you're presenting your life as perfect. There's no flaws. There's no warts. We all have warts. We have flaws. And you presenting like this is what makes it impossible to have like a real conversation with you or connect with you. And also sometimes you'll come into conversations with like this poor me attitude. And the whole time, and even when Dorit was like, sometimes you're sulky. She's like, what? Me? I'm sulky? What? Me? You know that you do that on purpose. Like I said, I feel like she goes into a situation acting like sulky and so people just won't start with her, like, oh, maybe Amanda's having a bad day. Don't say anything. Don't start with her. And then Amanda, and so after that, Amanda and Kyle asked Natalie about what she said, like that whenever they were talking, she says they immediately go to Natalie and are like, well, she said that you said it. Natalie says I didn't say that. I mean, it's on tape. So when Kyle's like, but you did say it, you're lying, it's on tape. I mean, but why do you have to ask Natalie? Why do you even have to get Natalie involved? Why does anybody else besides Bose and Amanda have to be involved? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why Kyle has to be involved in all of this. It didn't involve them. It doesn't involve them at all. Just have it be between Bose and Amanda, and that's it. So during all of this, you know, Kyle is so like vehemently protecting and standing up for Amanda. I get that she maybe feels bad for her, but I mean, she really goes hard for her. So Dorit gets up, leaves. And when she's gone, Amanda does this whole thing where she tries to stir the pot a little bit, by asking Erica, like, does it bother you? Does it bother you when Dorit arrives late and leaves early? And Erica's like, yes, it does. Why are we not talking about this? It does. It really does. And I'm kind of with Kyle, where Kyle was like, because after that, Bose really didn't seem to mind that she left. And Kyle in her confessional was like, what is wrong? What the heck? I mean, why can't Bose say something to her about it? Because it is kind of rude. I mean, to just like it was an Irish goodbye where you just like get up and walk off. You don't say goodbye. You just get up and leave. And she did an Irish goodbye in like an Italian villa, you know, and she just got up and left. I mean, that to me is rude. You could have at least been like, okay, I'm going to turn in for the night. It was, the pizza was excellent and this was beautiful. Thank you. I'm going to bed, you know, and Bose won't say anything to her about it. I do agree with Kyle on that. So a little bit later on, Rachel, Dorit, and Bose are talking. And Bose, once again, she's like, Amanda's very cunning. She is very cunning. She sets herself up as she says, she sets herself up as a victim. So there's no accountability, you know, nothing falls on her. It just rolls right off her. Like I said, though, I agree. And I think she's cunning because when she sees that there's trouble, that she's going to be in trouble, she'll pull someone in like Kyle to draw the attention away from her. And then the next thing you know, there's a little fire over here. There was a big fire over here involving Amanda and she was losing. And then she pulls somebody else in like Kyle, and Kyle will come over here and start a little fire over here. And suddenly that one's burning bigger than this one over here. And everybody's looking over here and nobody's looking over here. That's what she does. And Bose says, listen, she's just not clear about her life. Her life can't be all perfect. You're telling me that every single thing in your life is perfect? Bose doesn't buy that. I don't buy that either. And she says, listen, she might have walked away from a cult, but it looks like she's built one. And then offline, I think they're both really going at it. Bose and Amanda. So I'm going to have to look at those. Sarah Michelle Gellar was on Watch What Happens Live this week on Thursday with Dorit. I didn't watch the whole episode, but I did see a quote where I guess Sarah Michelle Gellar watches it. And she had called out Amanda and was like, listen, I get being emotionally regulated. However, you have to be open. You have to be open about everything that's going on in your life. Otherwise, it's boring. Like everybody else, all the other ladies had signed up and they're giving what we watch it for, and she's not. She came right out. So good on you, Buffy. So listen, if you watched, please let me know what you thought. If nobody told you yet today, you were loved, seen, and heard, Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Let's spread kindness because it is free. Please be aware of your surroundings. Be smart and safe. Let's hydrate with some water. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy your way so you make it through. I will see you tomorrow when I recap the latest episode of Ladies of London. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.